Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a replay between Lidus here on Kulas Ravine. We have Lidus spawning as the red Protoss player and me spawning as the blue Terran player. I did in fact choose random, so Lidus is not going to have an exact strategy to use against me. I go ahead and start off with a good luck, have fun. I don't remember if he responds or not. I don't think he does. So I'm like, okay, he's either very, very good, or he's just bad-mannered, or I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna say good luck, have fun. It says he is ranked better than me, so I'm hoping for an exciting and fun game. Pretty much on Kulas Ravine, because I'm playing Terran, okay, I'm stuttering a little bit. Because I'm playing random Terran, I'm not exactly sure what type of opening a Protoss player would go against me. I've seen plenty of games where the Protoss player knows exactly what I am, so they may try to go for dual gateway. Also, another thing that you'll notice is I am not scouting. Because I don't want to reveal my race too early, and I also want to get a little bit of a more economic advantage, I send my scout out much later. Usually in time for me to see what exactly Lidus is going as well. And we'll see how that really responds to everything. So Lidus now coming out with this single probe, now moving around, just doing that what probes like to do, just using a little bit of energy and thrusting along, just trying to move around the map. That probe now going to be coming in over here on this bottom left-hand corner and find me in just a second. I'm trying to send out. I was going to try to build the supply depot, and I was hoping that it'd be just in time, but no, in fact, it is not. Lidus is able to go ahead and do some scouting in my base with that single probe. Depending on the timing of that scout, I'm thinking that he either scouted in the wrong direction or he is cross-spawned. So I'm hoping for that. Lidus now getting stuck a little bit. I'm trying to take down that probe. That probe taking some damage right there. Now down to, what, a mere 15 hit points, and now just scurrying away. Anyone that tells me that, hey, whenever there's a probe in your base, just kill it, this is the lesson for you. Yeah, probes are early scouting units are very, very difficult to take out unless you try to use more units than it's really worth. And right now I have this single marine popping out, and that's what's really going to give me the advantage in order to take down this probe. As long as I use this marine and try to take a tighter turn every single time, I should be in fact able to take it down. Probe down to 6 hit points, I think 6 or 8 hit points, and that probe's just still just wandering along. I'm going to go ahead and head back up to this north-hand side, trying to get to that probe, and I was expecting that probe to now come back over here, and now that SCV gets the kill. So SCV gets the first kill. On the other hand, my scouting SCV was taken down as well. I probably focused a little bit too long on that, and my apologies there. Taking a look back at the bases and the armies. Army is pretty much the same exact size, but I'm sitting on a 16/27, and he's sitting on a 25, so he used that chrono boost in order to get a much higher probe count, but I do in fact have a single mule, so that mule accounts for almost six workers, so that enables me to mine much more quickly as well. Nexus now using that chrono boost on that gateway in order to try to produce more units, and also getting a robotics facility. Early robotics facility means most likely Colossi. Because he saw my base and he did not see any factories in my base, he knows that I'm not going to be able to really counter anything except with ground infantry. Well, I built a Ghost Academy first. A lot of you guys have been saying, hey, why don't you try Ghosts first? I'm going, you know what, I'll go ahead and try. I just saw a replay with Calgo Mu versus Columns, and I just casted that game. So I took a few lessons from Calgo Mu, and I wanted to experiment to see how good Ghosts in fact were. Now remember, the Ghost EMP Shockwave does 100 damage, and the new Zealots, their shields have been reduced from 60 to 50. So that shockwave, that EMP shockwave, pretty much instantly deals 50 damage to all Zealots. So think of that as a Zealot getting hit by a little bit of a Psystorm and then able to make it out. That's how strong the EMP shockwave is for Terran versus Protoss. Absolutely critical. Now producing some Marines as well, getting a reactor on that barracks. I want to be able to mass up a large number of units and move out with it. Taking a look at the army sizes, I have a much larger army at 500 and 200 versus his 325 and 75. But in fact, he had an observer now coming into my base. Observer most likely, I didn't even know about this observer, so the observer going to be able to spot this ghost, but that ghost taking a look at it from overhead, it's really difficult to really stand out from some of those other Marines. They're just blue units with a gun. I guess when you get close to it, you can see the little glowing eyes and the different armor, but that's all you really see, really see. Oh look, reactors spin right there, as so do Tech Labs. Tech Lab's gonna go ahead and start researching that stim upgrade in just a moment. Observer sitting over here, a little bit. Gotta stop saying that. That's another one of my crutch phrases. Factory now being produced as well, getting that Tech Lab in order to get some siege tanks. Taking a look at Lidus's base, Lidus has 5 zealots and sitting on a 38 over 42 food size army, and getting the robotics facility, getting that robotics support bay in order to finally build that Colossus. That Colossus gonna be a very, very hard unit for me to counter. Lidus also warping in some stalkers with those 2 gateways and getting a 3rd gateway as well. Getting some marauders and some marines, researching stim pack, and I'm gonna go ahead and move out with this army SCV, and moving out with them. I was wondering what I wanted to do with that SCV, and I thought for a second I wanted to set up an expansion, but I realized that setting up an expansion at this point in the game means that I would lose probably anywhere from 8 to 10 food in a fight, so I do not want to set up that expansion. Perhaps I wanted to do a little bit of a tech, as I'm sitting at 42 over 51 food, and I need to be able to make sure that he does not try to come at me with Void Rays, as Void Rays would be very, very devastating. Robotics facility, Colossus now being warped in, using that chrono boost from that Nexus in order to speed up the building of that Colossus. Colossus normally takes 75 build time, but with chrono boost comes in much more quickly. What is it, down to 40 I think? Anyways, barracks producing some marauders back at base and some marines as well, sitting at 49 over 51, getting some siege tanks. I want to be able to come off with a counter attack and a counter unit. Here comes this army now. Army, zealots versus marines coming in on this fight, and he quickly tries to pull back away as he has a single Colossus. So Colossus comes into position, and I come in and I get a nice EMP shockwave off, and that shockwave just completely destroys all of those zealots. In comes that single Colossus. That Colossus down to 14 hit points, and that Stalker getting taken down. Lidus also losing that Colossus as well, so he's down to 36 over 66 food at this point in the game. I'm trying to fight back, trying to figure out what else I can do. I should probably get another EMP in here, try to take down the rest of the, or lower the hit points on the rest of those buildings. Those photon cannons focusing down these units, so I just want to go pylon hunting. If I can take down those pylons, that'd be very, very strong. The Colossus unable to warp in, and I'm able to take down that pylon as more units were warping in from Lidus, and because they were warping in under a pylon that was getting warped in, or that had gotten destroyed, all 3 of those units were instantly taken out, and I was able to win this game. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. I hope you guys enjoyed the ghost use, that one EMP shockwave. I have plenty of energy for more EMPs. I think I am going to be going ghost first now in a Protoss, a Terran versus Protoss matchup. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening.